Happy Valentine's Day! While many believe that the romantic holiday was just invented to sell couples cards and overpriced candy, it actually has a much more disturbing background than Kabbalistic overconsumption. One theory suggests that Valentine's Day origins coincide with the Roman festival Lupercalia, held from February 13 to the 15th. According to History.com, this spring celebration included blood, violence, and sexually charged celebrations that included animal sacrifice and random matchmaking, all to ward off infertility and evil spirits. Similar, right? It's believed the festival started to honor the she-wolf Lupercal, who raised Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, according to legend. Bonus points because this festival also honored the fertility god Ludicrous.
Luda!
Wait, no, Lupercus. Woo! My bad. Roman priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goat's hide into pieces, dip them in the sacrificial blood, and take to the streets and gently slap women and crop fields. You know, property. Let's just sit with that for a moment. Supposedly, according to the man who wrote history, Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in an urn. The city's bachelors would each choose a name and become paired for the year with his chosen woman. These matches often end in marriage. So basically married at first sight. Unsurprisingly, the tradition did not last long after the rise of Christianity. It was deemed unchristian. At the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th Valentine's Day. So how did we get from all of that to Valentine's Day? Well, with more death. Emperor Claudius II executed 2 men named Valentine on February 14th for performing marriages to young couples. See, Claudius had decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives or families, thus outlawing marriage for all single young men. Okay, hot take. So all I have to say about that. Their deaths were honored by the Catholic Church, and years later, the day became known as St. Valentine's Day. Years later, the English poet Geoffrey Chaucer, Geoffrey Chaucer was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as the day of romantic celebration, in his 1375 poem The Parliament of Fowls, which was inspired by the belief that February 14th was the beginning of the birds' mating season, which inspired humans to also be romantic. Medieval birds, the first Twitter influencers. That joke's less funny now that's called X, isn't it? By the 17th century, people in Great Britain began exchanging handwritten notes. By the next century, it became common to give small tokens of affection. Fast forward to the 19th century, and Esther A. Holland, known as the Mother of the Valentine, created the first decorated Valentine's card. In 1913, Hallmark started mass-producing them, and basically, that's where we're at now. Following Christmas, Valentine's Day is the second largest card-giving holiday, with an estimate 145 million cards are sent out each year. I can't even process that number. Now that you're slightly traumatized, let's do a palate cleanser with just some down and dirty modern Valentine's Day facts. Valentine's Day is celebrated across the world, especially in the US, Britain, Canada, and Australia. In the Philippines, February 14th is actually the most common wedding anniversary. Aww. According to 1-800-Flowers, teachers are actually the ones who receive the most amount of Valentines each year, followed by kids, mothers, wives, and girlfriends. I assumed mistresses are next, but maybe husbands or boyfriends? Men do spend twice as much on the holiday as women do, with the average being around $130, with women's average spending being around $70. No clue what this does for anyone's fertility, but it's gotta be better than getting hit with bloody animal hides. But I'm not a doctor. Lastly, it's extremely common for pets to also get little treats and gifts for the holiday. So know they will be expecting something, especially dogs. It's reparations at this point.